Coach, thanks so much for joining us a few minutes early. If you would take a minute to tie up the game against Grambling State, please, and we expect to see you to begin conference play Saturday at Navy.
Well, I'm sure everybody was looking forward to actually playing a game. Log camp, we reported on the 30th of July, and first practice is on the 31st, so we were chomping at the bit to get going. Grambling, had a great season in 2016, 12-1, one of the top 1AA programs in the country. I thought our guys really started off well. We scored the first, 3 possessions that we had the football. Our quarterback, who's new for us, and his first start at the Division I level, Jonathan Banks, I thought showed a lot of poise for his first Division I college football game. Threw the ball well, did a good job of reading the option, when to give, when to pitch, when to run it himself, and had an outstanding game. And then Taryn Alcalada, our receiver, had a good game. He picked up where he left off last season. They presented a little different front that you normally see, and I thought for the most part, particularly later in the game, our offensive line did a good job of blocking it. Defensively, we really played well. It held them. We put some guys in towards the end of the game and gave up some yards, but I think they had somewhere around 220, 230 yards total offense. A lot of that was on 2 plays late in the ball game. So good job of staying over the top. Did a nice job with a dangerous running back and also quarterback. So it was good to get the first game jitters out of the way. And it's all different when you get out there and everything's live. So excited to start conference play. Heading out to Navy. Got a lot of respect for them and what they've done over the last few years. Really do a good job offensively, eating up the clock, running the football, and then they're a lot better on defense and kicking game than I think people give them credit for.
We'll take questions for Coach Willie Fritz, please. Hit *1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue, then the operator will introduce you. And again, *1 for questions, please. Coach, I'll throw the first one out if I may. Some of the folks on the Navy portion of the call referenced how well you've done in the first couple of meetings of defending Navy's option offense. Is that obviously it's maybe a function of your own offenses, but I would ask you the reverse of that. Does the Navy pose a particular challenge defending your system, given how frequently they see at least the variation of the offense that they run?
Well, I've played them twice now. One time at Georgia Southern, and then last year here at Tulane. They've done an excellent job of defending us. They really have, and they understand option principles. And one of the things I think gets overlooked too is that they throw the ball very efficiently when they do throw the football down the field and different combination routes. And, if you're playing man coverage, which you got to do quite frequently against them, you better be on point on who you have. So they're a totally different offense than you normally see. And we worked on them during preseason camp some. We felt like we had a good plan for them last season. The main thing is we just got to do a great job of tackling and playing with leverage and having somebody on the dive, quarterback, the pitch, and you just got to do it over and over and over again.
And then the second question, if I may, we talked in the preseason a bit about the importance of just the quarterback fitting in with your system and having the right fit for the stuff you want to run. I imagine you can sleep a little better at night seeing Jonathan's performance in Week 1 and knowing that you might have that piece into the puzzle now.
Yeah, he really has played a good ball game, and he's what we're looking for as a quarterback, a guy who's a dual threat, and he's got some pretty good size to be able to take a pounding. He's about 220 pounds and does a good job of running vertical up the football field. So, we're pleased with game 1, but, this is a whole new challenge coming up this week.
Do we have any other questions now for Coach Willie Fritz? *1 on your telephone keypad, if so. Coach, looks like some of our guys are we do have a question come in. If you'd just give us one more, thanks.
We'll take our first question from Derek Sharp with USF Radio.
Yeah, kind of wanted to get into the importance of this game from your perspective, Coach. I won't stay exactly where you predicted, but not too highly in the conference standings. So nothing like the first game of the conference slate to maybe make a statement?
Well, they're all important. Every conference game counts as one. You don't give one that counts two or one that counts a half. So I told our kids this morning in our team meeting for the week, that the stakes have been raised, and it's conference play early in the year, playing out their place, and we're going to have to play great. We're going to play a very, very well coached team, very disciplined team, and they're really good on all three phases. I talked about it earlier. I think they play really good defense and really tackle and swarm the ball with proper leverage. I was very impressed in how they did that in game one. And then, the kicking game, they just don't beat themselves. They don't make mistakes. It's just a very, very good, well-rounded football team.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take our next question from Bill Wagner with Baltimore Sun Media Group.
Hey, Willie. Sorry I jumped on late and may not have heard your answer to this, but I'm sure you talked about your new quarterback. What does he bring to the table that you've seen? I know it's early.
Well, he's a dual threat guy, and for our offense, we got to have that. He's got a really strong arm. We have to talk to the receivers. That you're never out of range. He can throw it a long way, and he's got good velocity on the ball. And then in our offense, the quarterback's got to be able to run it. And he's got good size. He's 6'2", 220, very good speed, and not afraid to dip his shoulder and run up in there as well. So, he's the type of quarterback that we're looking for in our system.
You saw last year that Will Worth, he played pretty well against you, had a couple nice runs, and he was actually the backup quarterback. Tago Smith was going to start the year. Now Zach Abey comes on and has the biggest rushing day by a Navy quarterback since Keenan Reynolds. Are you surprised by their ability to just keep finding quarterbacks who get the job done?
Well, I think that Coach Ken doesn't get as much credit in their staff for their recruiting. They're a good-looking group. Just watch the tape again from Florida Atlantic, and they've got great size, bigger than you think, and good speed. And the quarterback is a vertical runner, and he's a big guy. People are bouncing off of him. You got to really go in and deliver a blow to him to get him down on the ground. So there's a lot of schools I think run under center triple option throughout the country. I don't know exactly what Coach looks for when he's recruiting, but I'm sure he's trying to find somebody who's familiar with that style of offense and understands how to play under center triple option, and also has the ability to throw the ball a little bit. So, they keep finding them. They probably got 4 or 5 on their roster, and you need to with the style of offense that we have and the style of offense that they have. It's hard to have a guy be durable for a whole year.
And last but not least for me, where do you feel you are with the development of your option? I mean, do you feel like your team is that you are where you want to be in terms of installing this and getting your players to execute?
You don't ever feel like you're, a finished product. We've got a lot of room for improvement without question, but we did take a step forward this last week, in the development of how we run the triple option with, we're more of a gun spread option type team than what Navy is. So, we're taking baby steps, but we're getting where we need to be.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And do we have any final questions for Coach Fritz, please? Star 1 on your telephone, if so. Coach, thank you for your time today. Look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
All right, thank you.